I'm going to fly down with my family to Charlotte, North Carolina, picking up a rental car, and then driving to wherever's got the best weather. I've seen partial eclipses. I've never seen a total eclipse. So, I've seen the partial eclipses, projected them with telescopes and binoculars and stuff like that. But I've never really been in the path of totality, and I look forward to that very much. I'm the lead person for the team of folks at the APT that are developing instructional materials to be used in undergraduate classrooms that use the eclipse as a context for teaching certain conceptual bits and pieces. They're not like an entire course or anything like that. It's stuff that you could, in principle, simply embed into your regular class. The first sort of natural explanations, as opposed to supernatural explanations of the eclipses, were offered by the ancient Greeks, and then were known to the Romans. And you find this in history books, that it was Anaxagoras who first said that something gets between the sun and the earth and blocks the light, and he said it was the moon. He had the scales wrong and the sizes of everything, and he certainly didn't have a heliocentric vision of the solar system or anything that we would recognize as modern. But he viewed it as a natural event, that something was casting a shadow, and that was the eclipse. Pericles used that explanation to calm Athenian sailors who had seen a lunar eclipse during the first year of the Peloponnesian War. And almost 300 years later, you find an account in Livy talking about the night before the Battle of Pydna, which sealed the fate of the Macedonian dynasty, that there was going to be a lunar eclipse. And it was known that there was going to be a lunar eclipse because the tribune and later consul of Rome, Gaius Sulpicius Gallus, was an astronomer and geometer, according to Cicero. And so he was a learned man, and he knew of these theories, and he had, by that time people had the regular patterns down. They had a pretty good idea, and he knew that there would be a lunar eclipse. So he predicted this, and that calmed, at least somewhat calmed the Roman soldiers down. The consul in charge, Lucius Aemilius Paulus, was not entirely convinced. Livy reports that he actually did conduct sacrifices and had the augurs take the auspices to make sure that it really wasn't an evil omen. But the Roman army was okay with it. Meanwhile, the Macedonian army, they were unnerved by that. And in fact, they lost the battle the next day, so maybe they were right, self-fulfilling prophecy, I don't know.